Hello, I'm Holly Hogue, and today I'm going to show you how to make a stars pop up inside of a card with a little pocket and for the actual card itself. And it's on a 5.5 by 4.25 that it folds down to. So you decorate the fronts as you see fit, and the backs if you desire to do the backs, and then we'll take it from there. As I was saying, it's a 5.5 by 4.25 inch folded card, and the other 8.5 by 5.5 you cut to 2 inches and by 8.5, and then this is 3.5 inches by 8.5. And so for the actual box inside the card here, you're going to cut it to 5 inches. And the pocket, and just leave that for later, the pocket is going to be 3.5, and you cut it to 5 inches. Okay. Now you start with the pocket and you fold the edges over 1/2 inch on each side, and I like to score it first. It's going to fit on the inside, left-hand side of the card. Just fold it and get that ready. Okay, and that's for your pocket. And then for the box, you fold it in half. And then you take and fold, making it slightly, or making it 2 inches. It's about 1/2 inch on each side, or it should be. And we're ready for the box. And when we get closer to the box, then I will instruct the rest of the way, but you just fold these over. So that's going to be your box outside. And set those to the side. Now first you need to make your pocket. And I'm going to have the card laid out in front of me. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to be able to see it from where I'm sitting. And I'm going to put the pocket in first. Now I've readied the cardstock, the pocket, with double-sided tape. You can use glue just as well. Doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's easier, but we've made our folds big enough that we can use this double-sided tape, and it makes it clean and nice and neat. And I've started each of these. And you place that on the inside of the left side of the card, like so. Line it up to the bottom, center it up in that left side, because it's not going to fit exactly, because you want it to be able to close. And make sure I did okay. And then I've cut a piece of cardstock that was just a scrap, and to fit in here. So you just slide it in after you're done making the pocket. And The measurements are all in the instructions, okay? So I'm not gonna go through all the measurements, but it's just a snug fit there. And then the next step is making the box. Okay, I'm showing you the basic cuts on the card with the orange paper, but I've got everything pre-cut and pre-folded to make it faster with the blue paper. So, but you take the 2x5 and fold it in half, and I believe I already showed this part, but I'm not sure. And also a 1/2 inch on each side that will go into your card and make your box, okay? And then you make 2 3/4 inch by 3 inches strips that will serve as rungs for your card, and you will fold them at a 1/2 inch on each side, and they will go inside the card along as the rungs, okay? So, and I've got this all folded in ready to rock, so I will show you with the blue card. Okay, then you take one of the sides, the right side, and it's going to go into the card like so. Oh, wait a minute. Like so. So you need to glue at the top of this one of the rungs. And I usually eyeball it, but if you want to be specific, then about at the 1/2 inch mark, then you're going to glue that one, the first rung in. It's really nifty how it ends up coming together. And I don't know who figured out this. It wasn't me. But once you figure it out, it's really neat. So you just glue that up to the edge, top edge, that little tab, and then about a 1/2 inch later. And one of the measurement ways I do is to lay it down flat so I know I'm at a good spot for the next one, because your tabs need to be showing at all times. And see, this one's a little close. So if I'm not too late, I'm gonna pull it forward just a hair. Can you see the tabs there, I hope? Anyway, so the tabs get glued so that you can glue this, this, and this. And you'll see in a second why I'm saying that. I'll just glue a little bit. Put your second tab or rung in, I guess would be an easy way of saying it. And it's hard to see on this blue paper right now, so make sure you have good light when you're working. Okay, so that's ready. And the next step is to glue this one edge, the right edge of your box, to the card. I'm going to fold it under, and I'm going to put it on the fold to the fold. Even though it's folded in different directions, you'll see why in a second. So you got that like so, okay? Then you take it and you glue the other sides. And each tab, and hopefully the tabs are showing up better on the, and then you lay it flat like so. It's important not to get glue on in the middle of the tabs and on the actual paper. And you take it, I'm gonna glue everything down on the back layer.
Okay.
I have gone ahead and glued the back stars to the card, and you can see the pattern that I used. Remember that you have a pocket here and you want to be able to pull the card in and out, so make sure you only glue part of that star there over the pocket. Then the rest of the card, you get out of your remaining cardstock, that 8.5 by 5.5, cut a 3" by 1/2 inch piece and a 1/2 inch by 2 3/4 inch piece. And again, that's in my instructions. Then you're going to want to glue to the back rung. You're going to want to glue about 3/4 inch, because that's how wide your rung is, the bottom, and you're going to want to glue it to the end, and you're going to want to be about 1/8 inch in. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it will have to be measured when you fit it in. And it's better if it goes straight up and down. So move it around. I like to use this permanent glue stick. I can only find it in Scotch. So, but because I have a little bit of time to move it around where I want it, but it dries really quickly. I mean, it's stuck there after a few seconds. So then you're going to want to put the big star on. And the big star should be at the top, and when you fold, should be almost all the way to the side. Can you see through there? Okay, so anyways, but it's also important that it doesn't peek out over the side or the top. So you play around with it on paper and then hang on to it if you can. But easiest way I have found is to play around with it is to use a Post-it note. I've just got the sticky part of the Post-it note, and I'm going to stick it to the back of my pop-up stick or whatever piece that is. And then I'm going to stick the star on it and play around with it until I got it. You see that it's popping out of the top. So I need to come down a little bit. And you can pretty much eyeball it. And that is closer than I think I ever could get. I'm going to want to come over just a hair to the left because it's not going to fly out. Then when you get it where you want it, take a pencil and mark that spot, because you're going to take that Post-it away and you're going to glue your pop-up stick or whatever you want to call this piece here. Glue it and then stick your star right where you marked it. And as you can see, it doesn't look like it's gonna fit inside that card until and I didn't do it quite exactly. So again, you got this glue stick glue. And ta-da, we got it. Okay. That's the hardest part of the card. Easy peasy. Then you take your other pop-up stand, stick, whatever, and you do again 3/4 of an inch because you're gonna do it to the bottom of the rung. And this one goes in the middle of the first rung here. And again, do it so it's flush with the bottom. And then you're ready. And I just eyeballed that. I mean, you're gonna be putting stars on top. And these are the next 3 stars that I'm gonna be using because I had them all laid out, if you'll remember. So, and if you'll look at this, I pretty much use the same design of the cards, just change the colors of the stars. So, okay, so now you do kind of have to look at what you're doing. And I like to stick them on where I can see where they're gonna end up popping up. So the first one, I'm gonna get some glue on this pop-up piece and then stick a star on there. And then you next, can you see this? Okay. Okay. It's easier just to do it standing up, so bear with me here. And then the next medium star, I'm gonna glue there, so I'm gonna put some glue on the back of one of the points. And then I've got a small star cut out. I see where I'm gonna put that. This point glued up. So you're gonna kind of see where you're gonna go with it before you put the glue on. So I'll just see my. And since I'm using, for the pop-up stems, I'm using the same color as the card itself, it doesn't really matter that it shows. If you're, so. Then the last stars, well, on the actual box, they pop up outside of the box here, and it kind of covers up your box part so that you don't see the box itself that much. And then just glue the bottom because you want this star sticking up. Be careful where you get that glue because you could stick to the other stars if you're not careful. And then you take the other stars and just stick them on there for the front side of the box. And then, okay, then the magic side here with the, you got the star going the opposite direction. You're gonna wanna put him in between the 2 rungs and the stars that are sticking up. You see that? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the tips of this star. And I'm using the smallest stars for these because I'm gonna make sure everything fits right. good news is you can mash it flat to make sure the glue is going to stick. And you also, after you've done this one particular one, you want to close it and make sure it closes. And I can see I've got a little bit of a star hanging out. You should really check each one as you go. That's not going to make a big difference. It'll still fit in an envelope and it doesn't look ugly. So we'll just leave it because I've glued it long gone. And then the last star, and you've got yourself a star card with a pocket and a card inside. If you want instructions for this card, please like and subscribe to my channel. And feel free to comment if you'd like. And thank you for watching my video.